So alar ligament, so now we're gonna do the side bending. So we're gonna grab C2 and get into a squat position. And when we stabilize C2, I like to do counter force. So instead of just keeping C2 there and moving her head, if I move the head this way, that means I'm taking C2 and moving the opposite direction. That's why it's counter force. And we're here, and we're just going to hold it. And you see our head's not moving a lot. It's very subtle, and then we hold. And then let's switch sides.
How long do you hold for?
Ligament, you tell me.
10 seconds, at least.
So when you do it this way, you're driving through your thumb set?
I'm driving through my shoulder, through her head, and the hand is stabilizing C2. Good.
Using the table, right?
Just as support, so I don't have to hold her head up. How's the pressure, like quantity-wise?
There was a lot of pressure.
A lot of pressure. So we start with, even though there's a lot of pressure, her head didn't move. That's good, because it means she's intact. So that was in neutral. And so then if you guys get good at that, so there's an end feel, that's why her head stopped moving. If we see that you're pushing and all of a sudden like we see this, you're not stabilizing, you're just moving her whole neck. So it's make sure you're really on the sides of C2. Now we're gonna go into extension. That's it. And then flexion, last but not least, everything's the same. The only difference is instead of me pushing her into upper cervical extension, it'll just be a gentle nod for flexion. Everything else is the same. And side to side. It's hot in here. Okay. So those are the two. Questions before we break up? Did her head move a lot? So if you're on C2, counter force is the easiest, so try not to just, you're gonna hug it, but then try to side bend it basically. So if you're pushing the head that way, you wanna side bend it the other way so that it stops. And ideally it stops so that everyone's intact. And the reason that we may be doing neutral flexion and extension is because you may have laxity in one of those or two of those, but as long as you have a nice firm end feel in one of those three, you're good. It's as hard as it looks. Good.